Welcome to Southern Nevada as we are in the menacing new Allegiant Stadium here in Las Vegas. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Las Vegas Raiders. That'll be taken about a yard deep. But ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
Play action, they'll throw. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
And this opening drive not going to plan. This is now 3rd and 13. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. In a double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he's going to be stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. Nothing there for him. Second down.
Taken down right.
Pretty effective blitz there to stop the draw play right in its tracks.
And actually, when they blitz, draw play is supposed to work very well. You're supposed to have them bypass the runner, and he slips past them. But they put their eyes in the right place, took away all the creases, and slowed him down in a big way.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. That reception, his 600th NFL catch. Congratulations, quite the accomplishment. Now we're 1st and 10 at the 11. Here's carry number 1 for Jordan Howard. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
A gain of 2.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5 on 3. And when they do their job well...
And he's in for a Charger touchdown. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Chargers have taken a first-quarter lead. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover, and you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone.
Kickoff for the Chargers.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
26-yard line.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. And that is going to be played one-handed. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Henry Ruggs, his first touchdown on the year. And the Raiders, they're within an extra point of tying this thing up. Point after, at 7.
Set to kick off.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this carries into the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. He'll begin with a handoff to Howard. Oh, he knocks him over. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 34 yards there and a first down. What we saw there, that's what we know that he can do. He can break tackles and turn them into big runs, and that's what he did.
And what is the buzz phrase nowadays in football for a guy like that? Contact balance. The ability to go through trash, come out the other side, avoid and run through contact, and keep your balance.
And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. Here's Herbert now on 2nd down. Henry's got it out on the left side. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he get a good head of steam going.
Running right through him. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
It's a gain of 6. And the Chargers first down.
Herbert on 1st down now. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. 23 yards on the play.
That was a beautifully executed screen pass. Let the rushers get upfield. The blocking forms in front. Lofted it to the runner. And now, not only does he have open space in front of him, he's got an escort as well, and they pick up big yardage.
And they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. On 1st and goal, Howard. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Chargers. Jordan Howard, his first touchdown on the year. And the Chargers have taken the lead. It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the first quarter.
Chargers 14, Raiders 7. Michael Badgley to kick off for the Chargers.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1-play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was fairly easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here. First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short.
He's across midfield to the 48-yard line.
A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. Through 1 quarter, 14-7 our score.
Into the first quarter with the score, Chargers 14.
In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down. This to Jacobs on the toss right. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He finds Baker Gurley. All the way inside the 15 before they drop it. They give him a gain of 37. From the 13 now, first and 10. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. He was brought down by Kamu Grugier-Hill.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll look to throw here. It is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Darren Waller, his first touchdown on the year. And the Raiders, they're within an extra point of tying this thing up.
You got to figure down by the goal line. This is where a tight end earns his money, in the high traffic area. And he's able to work free in the middle of the end zone and grabs that one for a touchdown.
Extra point splits the uprights. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. And he returns this to the 22.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
The job of any linebacker involves having enough strength to fight off a blocker and get to ball carriers. But in this case, I think we can safely say he beat him right off the snap to get into the backfield and make that play.
And a good job by the Raider defense yet again as they drop him for a 2nd straight loss. 2 yards the loss there. Now 3rd and 14. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. A shotgun snap for Herbert. Flush to his right. He may try and run for this. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Here's a handoff to Jacobs. Well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Now a quick throw out line to Ruggs. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
To Henry Ruggs. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the Chargers' 37-yard line.
2nd quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
In a blink of an eye, that happened fast and a big sack. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. It's intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward. There he goes, left side. And this is going to be a Charger touchdown. That's a tough spot as a quarterback, Charles. You want to get rid of it, but you see what can happen when you do try to get rid of it with pressure.
Yeah, and how about the pressure coming without them having to blitz? That's when you know things are clicking for your defense, and the end result, they end up gaining 6 points.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And they'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
Over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And with still more than a minute to go in the half, time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it.
And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Darren Waller, 78 yards. And the Raiders, they're within an extra point of tying this thing up.
After nearly 30 minutes of football, that touchdown puts us in a position where if they make the extra point, we're right back to even before we start the second half.
A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. Eluding the pressure right. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. Justin Herbert looking to throw on 2nd down. Incomplete. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary here. What is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Turn of 12 following a very nice punt. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And we will not see a return to start the half, as this will be a touchback. Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll start the 3rd quarter here on the ground. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, Herbert. Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. So negative yardage, a loss of 3 on second down, and that leads to a tough third down call. And to the right side here, it's Allen. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a fourth down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Jerry Tillery, the defensive tackle, getting in there for a loss of 5.
21-yard line.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. On the handoff, this is Jacobs. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. I was pretty surprised there when they lined up to run it on 2nd and long, but it worked out for them.
It certainly did, and that requires some confidence, some fortitude, and a little bit of hope, doesn't it? You hope you catch the defense just right and break off a big run to help yourself out on the next down.
He's just going to dump this one to his fullback out of the backfield. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Right about 20 yards on the pickup. And officially, they'll say it's going to go for 19.
10 at the 50-yard line.
Well, now they'll try the end around. I don't think anyone in the building fooled right there, as that one is going to blow up in their faces.
He was brought down.
And that's a loss of 7 on the first down play.
Down back at the 43-yard line.
A hole to dig out of here, 2nd and 17. On the RPO, that's complete right side. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That's how you draw up the run-pass option right there. You get a chunk play out of it.
And you know quarterbacks love to throw the RPOs because oftentimes they're in-breaking routes. But receivers love it even more. The ball gets to them quickly, allows them to put some moves on in the secondary.
Now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Third quarter from Southern Nevada. Here's a 2nd and 10. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And moving it in right side here, Beckham. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 14. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Henry Ruggs with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Raiders have moved out in front. And it's good. That makes it a 28-21 game.
The score, Raiders 28, Chargers 20.
McCann's got it teed up. Fielded in the end zone. And he's going to be out of bounds on the return. Not a great return. They'll start back around the 17.
At their own 17-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards.
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line.
Now that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
Down left side of the swing pass. And he'll be taken down for a loss back at the 3. Well, plays like that, Charles, no doubt, they're just going to continue to fuel this crowd.
And this defense is already playing well, but it also feeds on the energy of that crowd that you're talking about, and that takes them up to another level. Right now, they're playing really loose. They've got the lead, and what a nice stop they just made there behind the line of scrimmage.
Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. Maybe a frustration penalty there because he's picked them apart.
They've tried their best to get to him and haven't done it successfully. A penalty as a result of that hit there.
A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Herbert in trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line.
And that's the second sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. It's Charger football, but they trail here as we get going in quarter number 4. This is complete to Watkins on the slant. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. So the punt rolls out of bounds, and they'll have pretty good field position here up near the 40-yard line.
At their own 39.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Desmond King picks it. And he will take it across midfield and down to the 45. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's the guy in all the commercials now.
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. Touchdown, LA! Keenan Allen, his first touchdown on the year. And the Chargers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And no sweat, he puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try and grab that lead back. He'll let this go. And got his man complete. 20, 10, and he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Henry Ruggs, 81 yards. The Raiders have moved out in front. Might be seeing that one on the highlight shows tonight. The home run ball here in the 4th quarter to take the lead.
There's nothing like being aggressive, preaching that to your team, and then following through. All the way through. Go ahead and throw one more up there. Why not?
Been a great game, and we are not done yet. McCann's got it teed up. Taken in the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
Their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this fourth quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. That throw into the arms of Allen. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds.
Allen.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
From the gun, Herbert looking left side for Watkins, and he's got it. Now the ball comes loose, but fortunately he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble. Defensively, well done to jar that free. I'll tell you what, though, offensively, he's got to be lucky after the catch and the fumble that didn't go too far away from him.
And the way the football is shaped, it's not built to bounce true, is it? It can squirt in any direction and move in any way. He was so lucky. Thank his lucky stars, he was able to get that one back.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Play action. It's Herbert. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Quez Watkins, the intended target. And that'll make it 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Going deep here for Allen. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
They'll probably spend a little extra time dissecting the game film after this when I think the part of their plan was to hit them over the top with the deep ball. They've been unsuccessful all night.
This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open.
And look at this. They get the turnover they need. It's intercepted. Picked up by Casey Hayward. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10 at their own 24. After the turnover, here's Herbert. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and the Raiders pick it up. There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S, ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Henry Ruggs, 29 yards. And the Raiders take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. And the lead is up to 14.
Is good. Makes the score Raiders 42, Chargers 28. Tucker McCann set to kick off.
McCann's got it teed up. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That could be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
They're out there. We'll We'll see if they can pick those things back up. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
Los Angeles.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Herbert. And that is incomplete here. Watkins, the intended receiver, but it's going to be 2nd down.
In the early days of the NFL, you could easily blame these drops on maybe some uneven or uncertain lighting in a stadium. Not anymore. The lights are pretty good.
Yeah, they're great here at night, but his 2nd drop, indeed, not a good look. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Hunter Henry, and it's 3rd down.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And Henry's hit. He lost the football, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture. On 1st and 10, Herbert. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds.
Number 34.
Heady on that one, huh? Getting out of bounds before the 2-minute warning. They get an extra timeout, extra opportunity to move the ball downfield. Very smart football.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They've got it 1st and goal as they look to punch in a late score. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
So just under 2 minutes to play, and this would figure to pretty much be your ball game right here. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And the hands team for the Raiders able to secure it. And now looking at the clock here, they do have 2 timeouts, but even if they force a 3 and out, they're going to have very little time remaining.
So that means they've got to be aggressive and find a way to knock the ball free. They've got to come up with it because they can't just rely, as you noted, on using their timeouts and getting the ball back. They might not have any time to mount an attack, even if they do play it that way. Get the football. That's their mantra.
And that is incomplete.
After what they've faced during this game, where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
On 2nd down, Jacobs. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. Odell Beckham, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Raiders add on to their lead.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, It's a two-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
Fields it in the middle of the end zone. Well, a dangerous return man showing it here. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36.
They're on 36-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you score points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. Now a desperation throw deep down, and that's caught inside the 35. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. 33 yards that time.
First down, Chargers.
From the gun, Herbert. This is caught. Watkins. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Quez Watkins. His second touchdown on the season. And the Chargers are able to make this a close game again. And that'll cut the lead down now to a touchdown.
Makes the score Raiders 49.
So a 7-point game. They'll need a recovery, the touchdown, and an extra point to tie.
Kickoff for the Chargers.
And the hands team for the Raiders able to secure it. Well, fourth quarter, it felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. The coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number as empirical.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Now it looks like he'll throw here. He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete. Henry Ruggs, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
I usually hesitate when I say a guy's got world-class speed, but this guy might. So let's fire the starter's pistol. Let's go. If you've got him, you've got to try and use him. A lot of anticipation with the ball in the air, but no, incomplete.
Taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent game, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. Only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Oh, design run for their wideout. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game. An extra defensive back on the field for the Chargers now on 3rd down. He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. And look at this. They get the turnover. They need it. It's intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And the return will stop them well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. They're down here in a 1-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute.
He's got him in, face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. Herbert now to throw. He's going to let it fly. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
And we are tied here in the 4th quarter.
That ties the game. Michael Badgley to kick off for the Chargers.
So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. And this carries into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
24-yard line.
Offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spot.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Jerry Tillery, his 2nd sack of the night.
Tillery brought down back at the 14-yard line.
And we have free football overtime. Here we go, my friend.
And the way this game played out, this is exactly how it should end, going to overtime, because neither one got an advantage today.
And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
And he doesn't even get this to the 10. He's taken down at the 9.
Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
They go with Howard to begin the drive. And space opens a bit as he gets it across the 15 to the 17-yard line. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 17-yard line.
They go with Howard again. And they'll get him down here at the 23. 7 yards there and a first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
This one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. He was unable to shake free there. They'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
And his throw is incomplete. Trying to go back to Watkins. 3rd down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. Flushed out right. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation. Here's Bradley Pinion now. On for a very important punt here in overtime. Here's Jones on the return. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. Excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Part 1 is done, now part 2.
It's a pickup of 6.
Once again, it's Jacobs. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Well, obviously you never want to fumble, but if you do, good to be towards the sideline. It saves them the possession.
Saves the embarrassment, saves it going down on the play sheet as a turnover. But I still think it should go to the defense, even if they don't recover it. If you give up the football, you gave up the football.
Agree to disagree, I guess.
Can you tell what I played?
Yeah, you played defense.
Yeah.
I'll let you go.
I took a shot.
Now another timeout called for by the offense. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT.
At the 33-yard line.
Second and 11. On the screen, this is Coleman. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down.
So many screen passes are the result of excellent acting by everyone. But sometimes the guy who's getting the ball tips the play off. The running back, because he's eager to get the pass. And sometimes he doesn't act very well about whether he's going to block or leak out or whatever. And I think that they saw that. That's why they're able to get to him on it.
They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. Now we're going to get a timeout with 5 seconds left here in overtime. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. It'll come from the right hash. It's a 47-yard attempt. And he got it. The kick is good. In overtime, he's able to split the uprights. 52. We were just treated to an absolute dandy in this one. A great finish at overtime.